We've had enough. We've had enough of the arguments. We've had enough of the clever human rights arguments about what is asylum, what constitutes a person's claim for asylum, and safe routes, and all the rest of the stuff that goes on. Maritime law, Royal Navy, Keir Starmer, human rights lawyer, the Attorney General who likes to lean in to legal complexity in matters of human rights, our Supreme Court, which is continually blocking our ability to do anything. We've got the ECHR and a range of other things going on, and all of these clever arguments are debated over and over and over. And finally, the leader of a political party in this country, one that has a chance to win the election, has come out and said it. Nigel said it, and here it is.
You say migrants in hotels should be deported.
Mm-hmm.
Where should they be deported to if their country isn't safe or if another country won't accept them?
I'm sorry, I've had enough of this. If you come from Afghanistan, you go back to Afghanistan. End of. This idea we can't send people to certain countries, all the false claims that people make about their own personal lives. I'm sorry, we're done. We're done. We've had enough.
Is this Project Fear? Are you trying to make people afraid and trying to steer them into fear, and therefore that is the way you will get them to vote for you?
No, they are afraid. They are afraid. I dare you to walk through the West End of London after 9 o'clock of an evening wearing jewellery. You wouldn't do it. You know that I'm right. You wouldn't do it. And that's just in London, let alone what's happening in so many other parts of the country. And the genuine fears that mothers have, particularly for teenage kids, when we know already that an Afghan male has a 22 times more likely chance of being convicted of rape than somebody born in this country. The fact that 40% of sexual assaults in London over the course of the last 5 years have been committed by those born overseas. You know, we have to recognise something. There are some people who come from certain cultures that pose a danger to our society. It's as simple as that. Well, the big story is they're going to spend £100 million on this. Wow. We've given the French £800 million already. And every calm day we see the French Navy escorting vessels literally from the beaches of Gravelines or wherever it may be to the Midway line. And yes, you can employ more officers and you can do whatever you want and you can put more border force boats in the channel and more drones and spotter planes in the sky. And you can speed up the asylum process. Easy. Just wave everybody through. In fact, from Sudan, Eritrea, countries like that, that's pretty much what we do already. None of this stops people coming. Why do people come? They come because they know they have an over 99% chance of staying. They come because they know they will be looked after, 3 square meals a day, free dental care, free health care, 49 quid a week pocket money, and while they're at it, probably work illegally, either in delivery services or drugs or whatever it may be. There is only one way you're going to stop this. There's only one way you're going to stop this. Australia went through these agonies back in the earlier part of this century, where they argued at election after election what to do. They tried offshore processing and many other things, and still the boats came. In the end, they towed the boats back to Indonesia. We will make it absolutely clear, as Colin has said already, that the ECHR, whatever its good intentions in the post-war world were, is no longer fit for purpose in any way at all, and we will be free to detain those. And by the way, all around the world, if you enter a country illegally, you will be detained and deported. This is what normal countries do all over the world. We've surrendered normality to this new human rights regime. So if you come to Britain via that route, you will never be given refugee status. You will never be given permanent leave to remain. You will not be free to walk the streets, as so many have done that have committed some of these vile crimes, and you will be deported. And that's the message, plain and simple. And you know what? Within 2 weeks, you won't see a single migrant boat. They won't come. I want to make it very, very clear that the absolute, if everything else was to fail, we would tow the boats back to France, which the last time I looked was a relatively civilised and safe country. But I believe if you put all the other measures in place, you won't need to do that. Simple as. And by the way, what is dangerous and what is causing loss of life is us having a sign effectively up on the White Cliffs of Dover saying everyone welcome. To our knowledge, there are 18 that have died so far this year. Nearly 50 died last year.
I think Nigel, in essence, is delivering on what people want. And the question going forward now is, after he has said that, he's quite clearly said it, I don't care, I'm not interested, it's gone way beyond a point here. And I think when those reporters were asking him questions and he was ruthless, he gave them that, both barrels straight back, I think that was extremely powerful. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Labour Party and how the Tories as well and all the rest of the parties are now going to have to realign and shuffle around, because that is a flag in the ground. That is a point of note. This is what we're going to do. The debate within the Tories about, oh, should we leave the ECHR and everything that entails, that's just blown all of that out the water. It now doesn't matter what the Tories say about the ECHR. It also points directly at Labour, and it says, what are you going to do about this? The Labour Party is incapable of coming up with that policy. They are not able as a party to come out, or certainly Keir Starmer as a leader of the Labour Party is not able to come out and do that message. He's just not able to do that. And he doesn't want to do that anyway. That's not what Labour are all about. They like mass migration and they don't mind the boats coming over. And if that's your position, that's your position. Fine. It's not my position, but if that's what you want, then okay, you have at it if that's what you want. Except that the feelings going up and down this country about this are rather flaring up at the moment. And I think what we've just witnessed there is the challenge to the other political parties. And what will their response be? I think we are going to get the Uber response from these parties. We're going to get a version of what they tried to do to Donald Trump in America. They are going to come out now, all guns blazing. They're going to have to. They are going to have to try to destroy this man. He has put himself out in the open. He knows full well what he's done. And I think we're now at DEFCON 5. We've gone nuclear with that statement there. And all of the political parties, they're going to be coming for Nigel now. And it's going to be really interesting to see how they try and approach this, because my feeling, and I could be wrong, I live in a bubble and, you know, it might not be the case, but my feeling is most people up and down this country have had just about enough. People coming across here, breaking into our country illegally and being kept at the taxpayers' expense. Everyone's had enough. Never mind the cultural demographics, the crime, the sexual stuff going on. All of that is on top of everything else. It's just too much. It's just too much. But I think what we witnessed there was certainly a political hand grenade. And we're going to see how the political parties try and mount some sort of defence this week, and they're going to struggle. Thanks very much for your time.